Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday encouragement. Before we get to our devotional thought, I want to remind you that the deadline for signing up for our August 12th trip to the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. is this week, either Saturday the 22nd or when seats on the bus are gone, whichever comes first. The cost is $17.99 a person, and you can sign up and pay on our website, or you can go to our app, or you can do it by scanning the QR code on your screen. That'll take you right to the sign up. This is going to be a great day, and we don't want you to miss out. The date is August 12th, and the deadline is this week. Well, this is kind of bittersweet today because this is our final Wednesday encouragement video. Scott Carter started this over 3 years ago when COVID began and we couldn't meet together, so many people were hunkered down at home. We wanted to try to provide a lift for your spirits in the middle of the week, and I hope we've done that. Scott did it for the first few months until he retired, and I've been glad to carry that on. But in a few weeks, I'm going to be leaving to become the lead minister at the Bethany Christian Church, and so unfortunately, we'll be ending the Wednesday videos. But before that happens, I want to share one more thought with you. A few months ago in a sermon, we asked if you had ever looked at someone and said, "Oh, he must be John and Edna's boy. He looks just like his daddy." Or, "She's got to be a Brannon. That curly red hair and those high cheekbones, just like her mother and her grandmother before her." You ever said something like that? Sure you have. We all have. Because the family resemblance is really strong in some clans. A while back, I was trying to organize some of my digital pictures, and the program I use to do that has a facial recognition feature to try to help you quickly locate any pictures of a particular person. And in the initial setup, it shows a number of pictures that it thinks resemble you and asks you to check which ones are you so it can quote-unquote learn better. And some of the people it thought resembled me had some similar facial characteristics, a family resemblance, such as with my dad or my brother. Others it brought up didn't look anything like me at all. But there was one picture it put up that I had trouble getting off my mind. It was a picture of Jesus. Now, I say that tongue-in-cheek because we don't know what Jesus really looked like, except that he was a Middle Eastern Jewish male. But it brought up the standard picture that's commonly used for Jesus. And all I could think about was, when people look at me, do they see a resemblance to Christ? And again, it's not the facial features because, well, he said, we don't know what Jesus looked like. It's not the physical features. I'm talking about the way he lived, the way he treated others, the way he responded to critics and mistreatment. Do I bear such a resemblance to Jesus that if others meet me, they think, "Oh, he's got to be a Christian. Look at the way he acts. Look at the love he shows in the way he treats others. Look at the way he handled that person who hurt him. Look at the peace he has even in the middle of personal pain." Jesus said, "This is how they will know you're my disciples, if you love one another." Romans 8 says that we're to be conformed to the image of Christ. Ephesians 4 says to take off the old self and put on the new self, quote, "created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness." And Philippians tells us to have the same mind as Jesus did, one of humility, where he gave up the glories of heaven and took on the image of man in deep humility. We're challenged to resemble him in that humility and love for others. I love that thought. He took our image, human, and we're to take on his image by demonstrating the incredible selflessness and humility and love that he did when he took on ours. That should be our goal each day, to develop a greater family resemblance to our Heavenly Father and to his Son who died for us. Not in the way we look, but in the way we act, especially in our relationships with other people. Do we show the kind of selfless love that Jesus did? And I pray that when people interact with us, that they'll see a family resemblance to Jesus that grows more and more like him each day. And I hope and pray that some of the things we've talked about over the past 3 years have helped you with that, so that when people look at you, they see that family resemblance. God bless everyone.